But they had a falling out, him and Trump, over a house.
Yeah.
Which I found funny, because if you want to fuck over a friend when you have a lot of money, just buy the house that he wants. That's what happened. He outbid him on a mansion for... He outbid him by $41 million.
No, that's it.
I guess, that's all it takes.
Not that much.
Well, house isn't even that nice, but okay. Maybe he got a little too cozy with some of these birds.
Only explanation I have in where a Fiat Uno could keep up with a Mercedes S280, okay?
It's not that I wouldn't fight Mothman. I would beat the shit out of him.
We're seasoned.
So wait, you mean to tell me they have a festival commemorating the day a man got his shit rocked by an extraterrestrial carrot?
My neighbors across the street, they are not real.
But a pyramid is the most boring shape.
Part Sasquatch, part trickster midget.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Kitchen.
What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us in the Conspiracy Kitchen, where we uncover the secret ingredients behind life's daily mysteries. I'm Joe, the alien enthusiast head chef of the show, and as always, I'm accompanied by the cryptic killer himself, my sous chef, Josh. What's going on, Josh?
Howdy.
And before we get into the main dish today, I think we're going to have a little appetizers first. Something that's kind of annoyed the both of us. Kind of came across the media stream, I guess, and we saw it and are not very fond of it. So, for starters, I just want to ask, New Jersey, since when do you have the right to just take private property from its rightful owner just because you want it? Now, you could be saying, Joe, what are you talking about? And I'm going to get into it because it really aggravates me. And they're doing this more and more. And it's the start of something bad, I think. So, there's a 21-acre farm in Cranberry, New Jersey. It's on South River Road. It's a cattle farm, crop farm, owned by the Henry family. Now, the Henry family has owned this since 1850. It's a lineage. It's been in their family. Something they love to do. They want to continue to do it. Tradition. Well, New Jersey, in all their, excellence and freaking all-knowing nonsense ability to do whatever they want, has stated that the Affordable Housing Division says that farm should not be in their family anymore, and the 21 acres should be given to the state so that the state can then have contractors put up apartment complexes and duplexes. Right off the bat, I'm fucking pissed off about this. They just don't care. The Henry family said, no, we don't want to sell. We're not giving it up. This is our family. We've had it forever. We don't want to do it. Well, because of that rebuttal, New Jersey has stated that next month they are going to appraise it. They don't give a fuck what the Henry family says. They're going to appraise the property, in which point they said they will condemn it, and then they will seize the property. It smells awful communist, if you ask me.
Now, how do they do that, though? If they already own the farm, how do they just come in and do that?
Well, they offered them money. They said, no, we want to keep it. It's ours. And New Jersey said, well, fuck you then. Eminent domain is what they can go by. They say it's better off no longer for private use. It's better off for public use. And we can just take it. It's ours. So the Henry family has gotten lawyers. There's a GoFundMe right now. Anyone wants to go and look it out. The Henry Family Farm GoFundMe. I believe they've raised $130,000 so far to help them with their legal fights. But the same thing's happening in my town. This affordable housing, the way they do it, the one-size-fits-all blanket bullshit that they say each town has to have affordable housing in New Jersey, is completely, it's just not feasible. So my town, we have a rec center, playground, basketball court, tennis courts. The community goes there. Kids go there. We enjoy the area. It's actually a voting booth for one of the districts in the town to go vote. We use it. The town uses it all the time. Well, New Jersey, again, in all their wisdom, has said that we need to get rid of that and put affordable housing there. Now, at least the town has been fighting it, and the town has more resources, to kind of combat this for a while. But at the end of the day, I think the state's always going to win. They're just going to make it worse and harder on the town until we give in. But the problem is, they don't even care what the town says. The town has agreed to say, okay, fine. How about we do the same thing you want, but we're going to put it on the outskirts of the town by a major highway so that, one, it's not destroying one of our freaking playgrounds that we like to use, community center, and put it out there where mass transit's available, and it's not taking away part of our freaking town's, whatever you want to call it, because it's an old farm, so it's like its heritage. Put it out there. It's away from everything. It's better off. It'll help the people that move in because of mass transit and job commuting. But for some reason, New Jersey doesn't care. They don't care what the town says. There's no local. They don't care about the local town people, what they have to say. They just say, nope, that's where it's going. So we're fighting that. Then we have this farm. They're fighting it. Like I said, they've had it for 150 years. 150. Almost 150 years. Almost 200 years, I'm sorry. Over 150 years. 1850. So, you're telling me that it doesn't matter what anyone says. Even the ex-mayor of Cranberry said it's wrong. Another reason that it's probably not going to work is that it's surrounded by warehouses. This area, I go by it pretty frequently for work because of all the warehousing around. It's just literally going to be surrounded by warehouses. Right now, the farm is surrounded by warehouses, but that's different. It doesn't need it doesn't need freaking commuting. It doesn't need scenery, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. It's just the farm, because the whole area used to be farms. But slowly but surely, the farmers got fucked. Rising costs, diesel going up, and all that. Harder and harder for them to make a profit because it's hard for a farmer to pass on those rising costs to the consumers. No one wants to pay $5 for an ear of corn. They're still going to pay 89 cents for an ear of corn. It doesn't matter that it costs them $3 to make that corn. So these warehouses move in. They say, hey, we'll give you a couple $1 million. The farmers say, well, why work as hard as we do? Because it's a tough job to do. You're up sunrise to sunset, making food for all the people. Which, again, no farmers, no food, right? Mm-hmm. So they go, they sell it, they retire on the money, and they put up a warehouse. But this guy wants to keep it. But no, New Jersey doesn't want it. And we're the garden state. Are we not?
No, we're the affordable housing state.
We are the gardens. New Jersey's slogan is the garden state. And that's because we have some of the best soil in the country for farming. We have great tomatoes, great corn, cranberry bogs, especially down there by the Jersey Devil. Our buddy JD probably loves cranberries down there. Mm. Idaho's not just for potatoes. We do them too. We do a lot of things well. We grow a lot of things well with our different soils that are in the state because we have a lot of different ecosystems here. And you just continue to take away these farms. So when you have this farm all surrounded by warehouses, nowhere to get a job unless you're working at the warehouses. It puts a strain on not only the freaking town itself, but the people now moving in to these affordable housing. If these warehouses are already staffed up, and Cranberry being more of a rural, it's not really a city hub or anything like that. Mass transit's not really over there because it's not made for it. It puts a huge strain on the people trying to move in. So now they get affordable housing, but they have to spend a shit ton more money to commute to work. It makes no sense for anyone to put them there. And then on top of it, why don't we go find one of the abandoned warehouses over there and put it there? Why don't we go find one of the abandoned strip malls that are around? How many abandoned strip malls do you pass, Josh?
Damn, too many.
Too many. Why don't we, or look it up right now if you want. Pine Brook Drive in Eatontown. I was there the other day because they're doing a pump station at the end of the street. I'm telling you, there's over 100 apartment buildings with multiple units per building that is abandoned. It is dilapidated, just a disgusting disgrace. Why don't we do something with those stuff? Those things, freaking tear them down, put up new buildings, make it affordable housing. Nope, we have to take this guy's fucking farm that's been in his family and give it, and just say fuck him. It makes no fucking sense to me at all.
And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be the same outcome that happened in Somerville when they were building the apartments over there. Someone's going to get fed up because of all the bullshit, and they're going to go in the middle of the night and they're going to set that shit on fire. I'm not condoning it, but I'm just calling it like I see it. That's exactly what's going to happen.
It's gonna. He's not calling it out. We don't call violence out here, but it happens. People get pissed off. This is going to piss people off. It's going to piss off the owners. I mean, when you have the state, I feel like this is huge overreach. And actually, I asked Grok, and I was talking to Grok about it, and I asked him, and he even said it. What he didn't think it was fair, the AI, because they want to keep their property. They denied selling it. They want to keep it, and then the state just can. How is that not communist? You know, I feel like I'm in frickin' Soviet Union. They say, well, if you're not going to sell it to us, we're just going to fucking take it. Fuck you. It makes no sense to me.
It blows my mind that in this day and age, that you work so hard to get something that's your own. You pay it off, it's yours, you own it, and still it's all bullshit. It's not really yours. You're not owning a property. Realistically, you're just renting it.
Mm-hmm. And then they can just take away that rent, huh?
Yeah, it's bullshit. The American dream has kind of gone down the shitter in that sense because, I don't know. The government just comes and takes what they want. It's annoying as fuck. Can't stand that bullshit.
It's not what America was built on, though.
No.
I felt like private property is private. That's who they built this thing themselves. It's their farm. I'm assuming they're making good money on it. And again, like I said before, no farmers, no food. Like, I don't want synthetic beef that Bill Gates keeps pushing.
Yeah.
Because God only knows what that'll fucking do to you. We don't need fucking warehouses of hydroponics. Why don't we just have naturally made food? Why can't farms stay? The next town over from me, on Main Street, there was a quote-unquote preserved farmland. It used to be an old farm. They have all the signs all around. Preserved farmland. Well, guess what happened? The sign came down, and now they're putting a development there. No. So I guess preserved means nothing.
Not preserved at all.
It's not preserved because the sign came down. They're doing a development, and they put farmhouse style housing, and they all got to try to look like older farmhouses, but it's just a development. Ugh. It's not farms.
Or shit.
And that's the next town over. My town has really tried to stick to keeping that rural area alive because we have horse farms, crop farms, and then just housing. And we have passed ordinance and stuff where you cannot build a house now on anything less than 10 acres to try to stop that overdeveloping because New Jersey's getting overdeveloped. And the thing that makes me laugh, too, is I read a study the other day, and New Jersey, as of right now, and hopefully not much longer, is obviously Democrat-led. We have a Democratic governor. Now, that's the side that always pushes, the global warming or whatever the fuck they call it now, climate change, whatever they call it, right? So you would think they would all be for finding any way to lower the temperature. But they did a study the other day, and they were shocked, and I don't know how they were shocked, that they found that Newark, a big city in New Jersey, for those who don't know, can be up to 12 degrees hotter on any given day at the same time than a rural area in New Jersey. And they were shocked about that. And I'll tell you why it's not fucking shocking. Because the whole place is concrete and asphalt. Where are the trees? Where are the grass? There is none. Okay? What does concrete and asphalt do? It absorbs the radiation from the sun. It gets hot. Right? It holds on to that heat. And then, when it starts getting cooler during the day, it just releases all that heat that it's been holding on to. So it stays fucking hotter there. You're driving up the temperatures. So why would you want to continue to spread that have that type of living situations throughout the whole state? It makes no sense. They're going to try to put it here. If you want to try to fight global warming or climate change, however they want to put it, which I think is just a scam to invest in green energy, which they probably are invested into to make more money, but that's a different episode. Why don't we leave trees and grass that absorb greenhouse gases, and turn them into oxygen? That's what a tree does. Wouldn't that help you? Nope. Cut them down, put a fucking apartment complex made of fucking brick and concrete up, make a paved fucking parking lot all over the fucking place, no grass. Then you have all the flooding, then they cry about flooding. Oh, it's flash flood. Well, there's nowhere for the fucking water to go. There's no ground left. It's all asphalt. It has to go to, it just runs to the lowest point at that part. Make it make sense to me.
It's so infuriating. Oh, it's not the Garden State anymore. It hasn't been in years, because everywhere you go is a new fucking condo.
Exactly. That's why, I love my town. This place has been fighting it for a long time. We just have trees and farms. Like, we have a big tree farm, even. They do all we have nurseries, horses galore, which are great. We actually make more thoroughbreds winning horses here than Kentucky. Just to let you know, fun fact. Here between my town and Colts Neck. So it's obviously great. I hope that doesn't dox me. But but yes, don't take the fucking guy's farm. This is not Russia. This is not China. You don't have the right to just go into the private sector and tell them to go fuck off.
It's quite literally the most un-American thing you could do. Is take somebody's farm that's been in their family for generations.
I think it said 6 generations.
Jesus Christ.
Just imagine you're running this farm, everything's all great. Then you get a notice from the town saying, yeah, fuck you, get out.
Yeah, people are going to burn some shit. I'm sorry. It's going to happen, probably.
And the thing is, the old mayor of Cranberry saying that he doesn't believe in it. The new mayor, she's saying, well, my hands are tied. The state and the county are pushing me to do this, so we need to get it done.
So she's
and
useless.
They're saying, yeah, what?
So she's useless? She's not even...
she's useless.
Not even going to try?
And, no. And they're saying that's the only place in town, the only place in all of Cranberry that can have this?
Cranberry's not small, right?
No, it's not. There's abandoned places around it too. Warehouses that have never been fucking... How about instead of building another fucking warehouse that stays empty? Because don't even get me started on that. Because I go to these warehouses as they're building them, and then 2 years later they're still vacant. How about we put the affordable housing there? Don't take this guy's farm.
Agreed.
Yes. Go to their GoFundMe if you want. It's the Henry Family Farm. I think last time I checked, they got $130,000 for legal fees. The only problem is that I see is, like I said, our town has more resources. We can kind of fight a little bit. I guarantee you, New Jersey, if it gets down to it, they will just tie them up in court until they can bankrupt them in attorney fees, unless some attorney wants to do it pro bono and try to help them out, I guess, or a minimum cost or whatever, just to try to fuck this guy out of even more and get him out. But for them to go in there and say, well, you don't want to sell, we're going to come down and appraise it next month anyway, fuck you, and then we're going to condemn it, claim eminent domain, and seize it, and if you stay, you're going to prison, I think is just ridiculous. Now I got to have my system. I don't know if I missed any points. I don't think I did, but this is not new communist Jersey. It's New Jersey. It's the Garden State. We need to start acting that way. Because I'm telling you right now, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. This is going to be the beginning to the government wanting to slowly take your shit, because I don't think the government wants you to have anything yourselves. They don't want private shit. They want it all so that you live off the government. You suckle on the teeth of the government. That's the start of the one world governance, which again, we can get into another fucking episode. This is the beginning. This is it right here. This shit, do not let it happen, because it's going to slowly snowball into them taking everything you fucking have, which they tried to do during COVID, which again, that's another path we can get down. Canada, I'm looking at you up there, and freaking, it'll start. It'll snowball, 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 and the next thing we know, it's that one world governance. Elites running the world. You have nothing. You just have to depend on them, and that's what they want, because then you're weak. The people are not strong together. They don't have their own shit. They're depending on the government. They can't revolt. They have full power, and we have nothing. So yes, mark my words. Don't let this happen.
No. Do everything you can to be against it. Help them with their GoFundMe. For fuck's sake, give them money. Save the farm.
That's exactly. Save the farm.
Save the farm.
Go Henry Family Farm.
Yeah.
All right. Now that appetizer slid out of the way, I think we got one more. I think Josh has a little something he saw that pissed him off, and then we'll get into our main topic of the night.
Yeah. This is something that happened like 2 weeks ago at this point, but I keep seeing it on TikTok and Instagram, and it continues to piss me off. Fucking Oprah Winfrey, when there was that tsunami warning, and
Yes.
she would not open her private road in Hawaii.
She would not open her road.
No, and people were like stuck on the coast when a fucking giant wave was coming. She's like, "You're not coming in." And this road,
She has her own. Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, she has a private road because she owns like a good portion of the island that's hers. And
What, it leads inland, so they could have got away from the coast.
oh yeah, it literally goes right across the middle of the island, so they all would have been fine. But luckily, it downgraded from a tsunami to like just like severe warning. But like, I don't know, the fact that eventually it opened up, but it took fucking hours before she was like, yeah, okay.
Oh, do you think the Hawaiian government forced her to open that?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the internet, because people were tearing her to fucking shreds online. Because they were live streaming. They're like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, we're gonna fucking die here. Like, what are you doing? And then they're like, Oprah's a piece of shit. And she's like, no, I'm not. Please, use my road. Like, oh, now, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were trying to take your road and keep it like New Jersey was trying to keep this farm. They just wanted to travel inland to get the fuck away from the tsunami that may have been, which, yeah, it was downgraded. I don't know what they got out there. I don't think they got much, because we didn't hear anything about it after that. But, yeah, what a piece of shit.
I just didn't want to
allegedly
go by a fucking giant wave.
Yeah, especially since she talks all that shit about, like, Trump and all them being assholes, and then she turns around and does that shit. She's so compassionate.
I hate Oprah. I despise her. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I spent some time in Hawaii. I really love Maui. But to be fair, the locals don't like the mainlanders. They despise us. So if you go, stay for a few days and then fuck off back to New Jersey for me. But she went there and bought a bunch of land that no local there would ever be able to afford. And then she just, she's kind of a dick about it. Like, don't use my road. It's private. Fuck you. I don't know. She's an asshole, and it pissed me off.
Yeah, and, well, was she on The View?
Is she?
Was she on The View? Wasn't she the one, she was bitching about, she didn't have a lot of money. It's tight for her, right?
What, when she was first starting out?
No, like now. I thought Oprah just recently bitched about how she doesn't have a lot of money. It's tight. Things are tight. Meanwhile, she owns like half a fucking island.
Oh, fuck her. Money's tight.
I'm pretty sure, you'd have to look it up. I'm pretty sure she was complaining not too long ago that she can't afford so many things because money's tight, and she doesn't. But she's worth millions of dollars.
She's a genuine piece of shit. And what I mean by that is she she bought all this land that fucking and then Maui got destroyed in those wildfires that may or may not have been government started. But yeah, then she has all this land which was safe, and then you know rich developers can use what was destroyed and just come in and take what they want because the locals can't afford to rebuild. I don't know.
What was it when, it might have been, she was on The View, but maybe it was Whoopi Goldberg that was bitching about not having any money. One of them.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg. I hate her. The only time I like Whoopi Goldberg is when she was playing the nun in whatever the fuck that movie was. But she was a nun anyway. But I hate her because the TV in the waiting room often has her show on, and she's babbling about shit she doesn't understand, and she's trying to make political views that, again, she knows nothing about because she's rich and out of touch with real society.
Pretty much.
Sister Act. Sorry, that was her movie.
Or when she was on Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares, yeah. Or when she was in the Little Rascals for a little bit.
Yeah.
But
she's fucking terrible. They're all bad now. Just like fucking. This is going a little bit off rails, but we'll get back to where we're going. Just like Howard Stern, right? He's got so political lately. Now he's getting canceled off fucking Sirius.
He's always kind of been a piece of shit, though.
Yeah, but he's gotten worse.
Yeah, I never liked him.
No, my dad used to listen to him. Not anymore. Like, he's just a complete moron. But yeah, he used to always have Trump on. Now he despises him, obviously, because that's what they're told to do. That whole psyop. All the fucking celebrities have to say they hate Trump. But I mean, I'm annoyed with Trump right now about what's going to be on our main topic. But obviously, he's done a lot of good. But I'm a little annoyed with him right now too.
Well, let's get into it. We're going to be talking about Epstein.
Yeah. So the main dish is going to be the Epstein case and the whole thing about what's going on with this. And like I'm saying now, I'm a little annoyed with Trump. So if you guys didn't hear about what's going on, Trump has come out just recently and said that the whole Epstein case was a hoax, and he did commit suicide. And there is no list. The files are just a bunch of kiddie porn that was downloaded. So there's nothing there. And I was actually, I don't know about you, but when he first said this, I was taken back. I was like, how is this? What is this guy talking about? What is going on here? And then I was thinking about doing an episode on it. Then I was like, wait, let me just see if he clears things up. So like 2 weeks gone by, and it's the same thing. He gets mad. He gets frustrated when anyone brings up Epstein. So I was like, all right, we got to talk about this because he's kind of chapping my ass right now. So where do we, like, what happened with this? Where do we start? Like, because besides his most of his policies benefit me, and when they benefit me, my family's benefited. That's why I supported him in 16, 20, and 24 and voted for him. People call me a piece of shit, but I'm like, well, the policies benefit me and help my family. My family comes first. I don't know. If someone else would like to have people they don't know come before their family, I don't know. That's weird to me. So this was besides those the policies benefiting me. The next thing was the transparency that he was going to be bringing to presidency. Right? He talked about releasing the 9/11 files, JFK, RFK files, MLK files, and the Epstein files. That was a big talking point for them when they were campaigning. Cash Patel, the same thing. We're gonna release these. We're gonna, justice for the victims and all this. Pam Bondi, the same thing. Right? Trump campaigned on this. So then when he turns around and says it's a hoax, and and Epstein didn't commit suicide, or Epstein committed suicide. I'm sorry, wasn't murdered. To me, I'm like, what is going on here? Now, to me, listening to them, it's like they're lying. They're all lying. It's all scripted. Something's scripted. So what's going on behind the scenes? Like, who is he covering up for? Willingly or unwillingly, who is he covering up for? And like the one thing that everyone likes to talk about is, well, he's on the list. He might be on the list. And to me, as much as I'm pissed off at him right now, I don't think he's on the list. And I'll tell you why I don't think he's on the list. The Biden administration had the files, right, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
They got them first.
Yes.
To quote Judge Judy, you had to twist yourself into a pretzel to find the crime. And they got when Trump got the felony charges for basically writing a check, that no one even understands the felony crimes. They just say he's a rapist, and it has nothing to do with anything but writing a check to shut someone up that was trying to blackmail him. They wanted to put him in prison or so badly. If Trump was in the files, or he's probably in the files, but if he was on the clientele list, I'm sure as shit positive that the Biden administration would have, even if they had to freaking redact 99% of the files, would have released his name to either get him thrown in prison or completely destroy his credibility as a person, as a running person, a presidential candidate, or at least have him like just everyone's so pissed off at him that they wouldn't vote for him. There's no way they would have let that go if he was on the list, the clientele list. Mm-hmm. Now, I believe he's on the files. Yeah, because I mean, he's on the flight logs because in the 1990s he actually flew twice on Epstein's plane from Florida to New York. There was no records of him flying. I've scoured the internet. I've had Grok scour the internet. There's no flight logs of him flying to the island, Little St. James. He has flown to New York, though, however. So he's going to be in the files in some capacity. But a lot of people are going to be in the files in some capacity because Epstein knew a lot of people. But I don't think he's a pedophile. He doesn't have them like pedophilia like tendencies or pedo tendencies like say like a Biden when you look at him around kids. And it's even documented that like Epstein came over to Mar-a-Lago and Trump actually threw him out because he thought he was a fucking weirdo and never let him back. So I don't think it's that. I think we need to dig deep. I don't think it's that easy to freaking come up with a reason why he's doing this. Do you think he's doing do you think he's trying to cover up for someone?
I can't imagine who.
Well, we'd have to get into that. We would have to dig. I think we got to go back. Well, I think we got to go way back. We got to start over with that to figure that out.
Well, yeah. I mean, to get some people up to speed, because not everybody knows. I mean, people have heard the name Epstein. They don't all know.
Yeah, Epstein, the college dropout math teacher.
Yeah, he was a smart guy. He really was. As a kid, he was smart too. He graduated high school 2 years early, and then went to NYU where he dropped out. But how does a college graduate or college dropout math teacher become a multimillionaire, if not billionaire? I mean, he owns his own island. Oh, I'll tell you all about it.
All right, let's get into it.
Well, I don't know how he was able to become a math teacher without a degree.
He had some strings pulled, yeah.
He must have, because then he was teaching at the Dalton School, which is like the most prestigious private school in the U.S.
Favors,
yeah. Well, that's where he made a lot of connections, because he met the CEO of Bear Stearns, Ace Greenberg, and they hit it off. He basically hired Epstein on the spot, even though he knew nothing about stocks and bonds. But he still hired him. He's like, all right, fuck it. Like one interview in, he's like, you're hired. And when he turned 25, he was made limited partner, which is insane. For again, he knew nothing. But you know the right people, you get what you want. HR discovered that he lied on his resume, where Ace Greenberg's hands were tied by this point. So they saw that he lied on his resume. He was also under investigation for insider trading, and he was hooking up with his secretary. So a lot of things happening at once. So he had to leave Bear Stearns. He then met through a friend, Leslie Wexner, who was a billionaire who he started off with a clothing store, The Limited, which then he went on to, Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, Abercrombie, so on. He is in control of all of that. Billionaire, very rich. A
Mm-hmm.
friend, a mutual friend, uh, introduced them, saying, Leslie, this guy Epstein, he's really great with money. You should, talk to him and see, if he could run your accounts for you, because it's a lot of money to fucking keep an eye on. So he's like, yeah, whatever. Met up with him. Uh, they hit it off. Both being kids from New York who started with nothing and hit it big. Leslie did something very odd, which was signed over power of attorney to Epstein because he thought that's what, you do when someone runs your accounts for you. You just sign over power of attorney. 4.8
Just sign everything
billion.
over. You can just do whatever you want with there,
Yeah,
huh?
which is exactly what he did because it was $4.8 billion, and Epstein for a long time he was able to sign off. He could sign checks in his name. He could sign anything off under Wexner. So he even, oh my god, this part made me laugh. He took Wexner's New York mansion, which is now the famous Epstein mansion, and signed it over to himself for free. He gave himself a mansion,
Yeah.
and it's just it blew my mind. But yeah, Wexner thought he was just good with money, and I guess that's that's what you do. You just sign it over.
You
But
just give it all away.
yeah, just give it all away. Fuck it. But then he started to do some odd shit in the mansion because he liked massages, which is very
Yeah.
weird. And he did hire somebody. What's her name? Maria Farmer, and he hired her as a. She basically took log of who entered and left his mansion. And she noted a lot of young girls in school uniforms
Mhm.
be coming and going. And then there was a story of a fight at a school, and one of the girls had like $300 cash on her. And when they pressed her on it, she's like, "I got it from this guy because he pays us to give him massages." So yeah, he got arrested. Obviously, didn't he didn't do a lot of time in prison. I think he got out like
So,
5 months early.
so yeah, in 2000, we talk about when you got arrested in 2006.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he was arrested for basically, underage prostitution, and again, he gets a sweetheart deal because he's an elite. He has money, like I was talking about when we were with our cross the pond doppelgangers, the grumbling grunts. The elites kind of get away with stuff. He got 13 months in jail with work release. So basically, he spent weekends in jail. It was basically just a joke.
Mhm.
And he pled guilty to like some bullshit minor counts uh, and got away with it, basically. Uh,
He was out of
It's a
he was out
little.
of jail 12 hours a day, doing
Yeah,
whatever he
he was
wanted.
out on work. Yeah, basically, yeah, it was just a vacation. It was bullshit. It's bullshit, and that's what happens when you know people or you have money.
Mhm. And
Exactly
then
what happens.
and then there was you hear this name often when you hear of Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, who was his partner in many things. Daughter of Robert Maxwell, he was a billionaire media mogul. She spent most of her teen years
And
by his side, meeting famous people in royalty, which comes into play later on. And
especially that Maxwell's father was Mossad,
yes, we'll get into that.
which comes into play later.
Yes. November 5th, 1991, Robert disappeared off of his yacht, which, if you're a billionaire, you don't just disappear.
No.
It's just, it doesn't happen. But apparently, according to, the coroner, which I don't know, they didn't have a body, so how would they know this? They said that he had a heart attack while taking a piss off the side and fell into the water. Now, if you don't have a body, speculating that is a bit much.
I, everyone says heart attack now. Remember when what was it Saint Paul? Was it Saint Paul? John Paul? When he died 33 days into being the Pope, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he had a heart attack. We don't need to do the autopsy. It's all right."
Yeah,
That's what they go to, right? Heart attack or suicide.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. But this one, I don't know why they had to add insult to injury. He had a heart
You guys
attack,
say you pissed.
taking a piss and fell off like a fat idiot.
So what is he? You're trying to say he was drunk out of his mind?
Pretty much, yeah. But after he died, it came out that he had stolen over like $400 million from pension funds of like the newspapers he owned. So Ghislaine pretty much lost everything, and she left London, went to New York. She ended up meeting Epstein at a party. They hit it off, and then she started introducing him to like the elite of the elite, which is friends of hers from growing up. It's just famous royal people. And that's where, he was introduced to Trump and all of that. But they had a falling out, him and Trump, over a house. Which I found funny, because if you want to fuck over a friend when you have a lot of money, just buy the house that he wants. That's what happened. He outbid him on a mansion he outbid him by $41 million.
Yeah, that's it.
I guess, that's all it takes.
Not that much.
Well, house isn't even that nice, but okay. But yeah, that's when they stopped talking. But go ahead.
No, it's just it's 41 million, dude. God, I can't imagine.
They throw it around like nothing. They really, it's insane
to have that much money. But then he got into the, I guess, what he got arrested for just recently, the sex trafficking.
That
So, yeah,
the island.
With the island, yeah. So, I don't think as I mean, it's disgusting, the sex trafficking, and to quote the grumbling grunts again, the pedo pandemic, as they like to call it. It's a global thing. For some reason, child sex trafficking, more specifically, it's just a disgusting fetish these rich people have, right? What's so great? Like, why do this?
It makes zero sense. I don't get the attraction. I genuinely do not.
And then we have over here, I don't know if they do it in England, but over here we have that where they try to almost normalize it by saying, "Oh, they're just a minor attracted person."
Ugh.
Ugh, disgusting, right?
Did you see that teacher that got fired over that?
What they get fired over?
She's trying to tell her class that you can't refer to them as pedophiles anymore. They're a minor attracted person. And the class flipped out on her and started recording her. She was like, "No, they're people too." It's like, no, they can die. It's fine.
They're animals. We don't condone. We won't. We don't condone violence. But yeah,
Oh, fuck that. Fuck pedophiles. Let them die. Who cares?
But it's disgusting. So yeah, this pedo pandemic, the pedo pandemic that's going on here is absolutely disgusting. But I don't think this is only what this whole thing was about. It's not just sex trafficking. This is money laundering, but more importantly, this whole thing, the whole Epstein thing, was the greatest blackmail scheme in at least our modern day history. That's what this was mainly about. Blackmail. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but I honestly think that's what this was.
I could see it, because if you have like a flight log of all of these people, it's very easy to use that against them.
Yes. So you have Epstein and Maxwell. and they to get these elite, because it's always elites, celebrities, American politicians, world leaders, right? If you can get them all here doing this, which 90-something% of the population, the commoners, are not gonna accept, right? If you see this guy doing it, you don't like him anymore.
No.
And I mean, these children obviously are being exploited and suffering and tortured, which obviously is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I have 3 kids. I couldn't imagine. That's where this goes. The sex trafficking, as bad as it is the tip of the iceberg. This comes down to being a blackmail operation. And I don't think Epstein is the man in charge, or was he was just a low-level guy. That's where I'm going with that. He was the fall guy if anything ever happened. They used him. I think he was another intelligence agency asset. Just like Maxwell with her father being a Mossad, right? Israel. And we have sources that state that this whole thing was a blackmail operation by a Middle Eastern country to kind of get power over American politicians. Now let's go through some Middle Eastern countries here. Iran? Do you think Iran? Nah, I think they're just more worried about their fucking nuclear program, right? I don't think they really give a fuck about what Americans think. So I'm going to check Iran off. Afghanistan, I think they have their own fucking problems going on. The Taliban, I don't think they really care about blackmail.
They're more direct.
Hamas? I don't think they have the intelligence aspect of them to pull this off. I mean, they're still using pagers that happen to be explosive devices and dying, so I don't think they're doing it. Getting blown up by pagers. Who has a huge intelligence agency in the Middle East, Josh? Israel? Yeah, I think Israel does. Yeah, Israel does. So, and to put that all together, just before this whole shit went down where Trump said it was all a hoax, Israel's prime minister visited the White House twice, which is very often for only a few months in office. And he's coming back a 3rd time. There's also on the fright legs, allegedly there was ex-Israeli prime ministers that have visited the island. Seems kind of odd, right? Interesting. Especially when, you're having Israel come over. We're defending Israel like crazy, right? But when you look at like the bilateral trade or anything like that, Israel doesn't really do anything for us. You know what I mean? Like they're not a huge trade partner. They're not like Europe or China even. Even Canada. So what is all this, why do we bend over backwards for them?
Seems like they have some information.
They may have some information. And that's why I was kind of juggling the thing with Trump, and all of a sudden this 180 he has on the whole Epstein thing. Because when Trump was, the attempted assassinations on Trump came about, Israel was quick to say that it was Iran. Not even that it was, someone in their own country. Israel was quick to say it was Iran. So, to me, it's just odd. But again, getting into this, the whole 180, fucking Trump's getting frustrated every time he's asked, and I'm trying to sit in here and think: is he getting mad at the person asking the question, or is he getting mad that he can't do anything? He's not allowed to say anything, because it genuinely seemed like he wanted to do release these lists, release these files. And I'm not trying to defend him but to me, that's what it looks like. Like, I'm not trying to go out of my way but to me, that's what it looks like. And then you have Kash Patel coming out and say, a suicide when you see one, meaning Epstein, because apparently now it's just he did commit suicide. that doesn't make any sense. And I think I can debunk. We could probably debunk him wanting to commit suicide pretty quickly here. One, well, there's a bunch of things. The guards, they said we're all sleeping or something, off duty.
Well, the prison it was only built for like 300 people. They had over 500 prisoners, and only that night, there's only 18 guards, and on that floor, they were all asleep.
They were asleep. This is a maximum he's on suicide watch, right? And they're sleeping? The camera doesn't work outside his jail cell?
Yeah, the camera apparently broke, and then it just stopped recording for that period of time when he apparently died. And the way they turned that around, they're like, oh, well, a lot of cameras in prisons all over the U.S., not just there, malfunction and don't work. So we're starting a whole thing where we're putting in all new cameras in every prison. Like, it's not. They had to point that out.
Yeah. And then we have this other camera footage that they release, right? Pam Bondi releases it. And it's basically pointing at a janitor's closet. And it's like, I think it's like 12 hours or 24 hours sped up. But even during that, there's time missing from it. And then when questioned about it, this bullshit comes out. She says, well, the cameras are from the 90s, right? So when it goes to, it only can save so much at once. And then when it goes to rewrite over, it misses several minutes and then starts writing again. We will get you footage from other cameras to show you it does the same thing, which they never gave us.
No.
By the way. So where did that time go? And then they're saying, well, no one ever went in and out of the block. Even look, the camera, even if, and I'll put it like this. Okay, maybe someone didn't go into the block, but we're talking about intelligence agencies here. I think they say they only operate on foreign soil. Bullshit. But I guarantee you, they could get someone who's in that block with him to kill him and go back to their cell like nothing happened.
Well, there's that. And then the coroner report.
Yeah, and the coroner report, which I was just about to bring up.
Because I don't mean to laugh at this, but when you hang yourself, there's a particular number of bones that break. And when you're strangled to death or something like that, there's an extra bone that breaks, the hyoid bone that was broken. So, yeah,
yeah. So the coroner, the medical examiners afterwards are pressed to say it's a suicide, and they come out and they say we can't say it's a suicide. It has too many homicidal clues or there's tendencies here. There's too many things that kind of point that it might not be a suicide. And Epstein's brother even brought that up. Because he's big about, I mean, he had to have known his brother was doing something, but he keeps saying, oh, no, I told him to stop banging underage women or girls before, and I don't think he's done it since then. But I'm worried about him dying in prison. But besides that, the whole thing with the camera footage and the guards and all, everything goes wrong at once.
His cellmate being taken out that morning.
Cellmate being taken. Insane, right? Incredible. He had an appeal set up. The next week, he was appealing his bail or bond to get out because he didn't think that being held was fair. Why would he set all that up, have the appeal hearing ready to go to try to get out, and then say, fuck it, I'll kill myself the week before?
Doesn't make sense because when he went to jail the first time for underage bullshit, he didn't really care then.
No.
He was out of work release walking on sunshine. He knew he was going to get away with it. He didn't care.
Because he's a freaking intelligence agency asset, too. That's why he gets away with the shit he does. He's the low-level guy. He was the fall guy. There's no way you kill yourself the week before your hearing, because he was going to try to go through this appeal hearing. He most likely would have won it, and then he would have been released waiting trial.
Yeah, no
ways.
He killed himself. He was upset.
And that's what pisses me off now, because they're trying to say that he just killed himself. Then they're trying to say there's no list. We don't have a client list. What do you mean? What do you mean? So, the files, Bonnie was saying, well, I had the files on my desk, and we went through them, and there's no client list. Well, if there is no client list, and you don't know who did this, how is Maxwell... Explain to me how Maxwell's in prison. Because she was the trafficker and the groomer for the kid, the children. So if there is no list, there's no clientele. How is she in prison? Because you can't sex traffic kids to no one. That's not a crime, because no one's there to receive the trafficked kids. There's no crime. That's just escorting a kid around.
It's babysitting.
How could she be in prison? What?
I'd just be babysitting at that point.
It's just babysitting someone else's kid. It's bullshit. They had to have known people doing it, because she's in prison.
And there is a list, because Epstein had 3 pilots, and one of them kept a log of every fuck person that got on that plane. So there is a list of people that they're not releasing.
Like the flight logs, right? The flight logs going to the island.
Yes.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't know if something happened. I mean, yes, there was 2 assassination attempts on Trump. Could this have been something not of, like, we were kind of thinking, oh, the Democrats or the deep state? Well, the deep state could still be involved in this, trying to take him out. But more of, this is this is a warning. Do not release these Epstein files. Because, I mean, let's look at Secret Service shit the bed that day in Butler, Pennsylvania, right? Mm-hmm. They shit the bed. Then you have this guy, why is his name leaving my head? The guy who, Crooks, apparently shot at him, was killed on the roof, cremated, instantaneously, right? For some reason, they cremate him. They go to his house. His house is clean, too clean, almost like an asset, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing in that, no silverware in the drawers. Can't get into his phone, apparently. Unless, this Secret Service, or I should say this intelligence agency, CIA type thing, doesn't want to get into his phone. Doesn't care to get into his phone. He says, oh, we can't. Money offshore. It just seems like Trump's compromised.
Yeah,
he might not be running the show when it comes to this.
It's starting to look that way. Such a shame.
And I was so ready for this. Like, the campaigning on transparency, I was ready for it. And this comes, like, they released the JFK files somewhat, but most of it we knew. A lot of redactions, which I wish wasn't there. But this, like, nothing. They don't release anything. Now, Maxwell's supposed to, go before and testify again, some kind of hearing they're going to have with her. But then on top of this, what's also strange to me was just before Trump came out and said all this, like, the last remaining big witness who's made themselves public, right? Virginia, what's her last name? It's Virginia Giuffre or something. Giuffre. She dies just before Trump comes out and says that everything's a hoax. So in March, she was in a car accident involving a school bus. She then, for some reason, she posts pictures of herself on Instagram showing like severe bruising and went to renal failure. But then the accident report and several witnesses around state that it was a minor fender bender, like no injuries were reported at the crash. So how is she severely bruised and renal failure? She's discharged from the hospital like 2 weeks later, and then she says she committed suicide April 25th. Just before Trump comes out and says that everything's a hoax.
It sounds like somebody was trying to Princess Diana her and messed up.
So, like, just adding that to... She was one of the most vocal, outspoken people of it. I feel like for this to happen and them say it's a hoax, she would have been the first to call their shit. So, I don't want to... she just passed away. The family's grieving, but, like, did someone want to kind of silence someone from saying, hey, how is this a fucking hoax? Where are we going with this?
It could easily
a lot
be
of weight on it.
The biggest cover-up ever.
You have a lot of players in this. Yeah, and I honestly think, like, it could be Israel. They want America to defend them and be on their side because they really are in a predicament over there in the Middle East. I mean, they have every country around them hates them. Right? So having America on your side is a big help, big deterrent. And how do you keep America on your side? I think it's blackmail. I think you blackmail all these politicians, these elites, these celebrities, these high up, these world leaders. And then once you have it, you're like, oh, look at this. I can show your whole family you were here. I mean, who could survive something like that if that came out?
Nobody, because it doesn't only destroy you, it destroys your family. Like,
the whole family's destroyed. You're a piece of shit, though, for going over there. Like, you're an absolute pile of fucking shit for going over there. But there's nothing you can do. You're going to do anything they fucking tell you to do at that point to not have that shit released.
Yeah.
So, if it is really Israel, and, like I said, Maxwell, with her father was Mossad, could have been a whole setup through Maxwell to get, Epstein involved, have him be the pawn, the fall guy if anything came about, put it all on him. And use him in his reach, right? He was in the elite sphere to get people coming over here, and then once they're over there and they go through stuff, boom. This intelligence agencies hold that list. They have it. You're mine now.
Yeah, I feel like the whole list thing is just the final string to unravel the sweater that's hiding everything, the elites, the government conspiracies, all of that shit. I feel like this is the one thing holding it together, and then if that were to ever get out, which I don't think it will ever be released, I really don't, but if it were to get out, so much would just crumble.
Yeah, and that's like one of the other reasons they think maybe he's kind of holding it back. Is that people believe that if this list is released, it would literally cause the whole American economy to collapse. Mm-hmm. With all these people that are elites on the list, that are most likely on the list, allegedly, big companies. And if the American economy collapses, I don't care what anyone says, the world economy's done. We are the biggest consumers on the planet. Mm-hmm. No one consumes like the Americans. Everyone wants to be a trade partner. That's why these trade deals are kind of kicking off when Trump threatens them with all these tariffs. Because like, oh man, if we can't sell our shit in America, we're fucked. So I can see that kind of being also a deterrent. But is it worth, all them kids, just the suffering, the torturing? because you see it. The FBI, when they raided the island, they came out with fucking boxes and boxes and boxes of shit. Tons of shit. And then Pam Bondi just turns around and says it was all downloaded kiddie porn. It's bullshit. It's bullshit because Maxwell wouldn't be in prison. I'm sorry to say. And then people who say the evidence was lost, some evidence might have been lost, it's also bullshit. I don't want to hear it because like you got to log evidence.
It's one of the biggest busts in human history. You're gonna lose evidence? Fuck off! I don't believe that.
Yeah, because you go there, you take a picture of where the evidence is when you find it, right? Then you put it in a bag, you seal it, you mark it up, you say what it is, where it's found, time, date. It gets put in a fucking vault. It's checked into a vault. If you go and look at it, you got to sign in. You got to, details, identity, your ID and everything. Get into the vault. If it gets checked out, there's a whole thing about checking it out, where it's going and everything. So I don't get how you lose evidence. Any of the evidence. And the other thing is, they're trying to say maybe under the Biden administration, they were destroying evidence of it. They were deleting it. But if that was the truth, why wouldn't they? I feel like if that was the truth, the Trump administration would come right out and say, listen, the list, we don't have the list. We don't know what happened to the list. Maybe it was destroyed, but we can't find it. Someone lost it. Someone destroyed it. But they don't. They just double down with this bullshit that it was all a hoax. It makes no sense.
God, I can't stand the shit. Just fucking... They'll never release it. And I know people are waiting for it. But it's never going to be released.
It's done.
And if it were to be released, I feel like behind our backs, the elites are, to the highest bidder who wants their name off this list. Like, shady shit. But they'll never release it.
No, there's too much riding on it, dude. Especially if that was like a sign, whatever, when they actually tried to kill Trump twice. One they just barely missed. I mean, fraction of an inch, right? Yeah. And the people that say that was fucking staged are out of their mind. People died behind Trump, so there were real bullets. I don't think anyone would risk the timing. As soon as I see this, I'm going to turn my head, and as I turn my head, you got to shoot my ear. No shot. Would you do that?
No one's that good of a shot. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't happen.
No. And you're not. Even if they're the best shot in the world, I am not taking that chance, dude.
No.
No, it wasn't fake. That was real. And he got lucky as shit. So, if they were warnings to him, and this was what it was about, I guess it is. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's so deep. You don't even know who your Secret Service people are. They could turn on you. Anyone in you have to watch your back all the time. You don't know how deep this runs. So, he's probably afraid for his life. He's going to just ignore it. He's going to keep saying, we still talk about Epstein? That old fucking creep? Like he said the other day, this happened years ago. Why don't we worry about Texas flooding and the trade deals and all that? And I get it, but the other side of the coin, you campaigned on this. You were gonna do it.
Yeah,
it's not a good look, right?
That and right around the time people keep hounding him for that is when Harvard comes out saying that there's a giant 12-mile long object flying towards us right now.
There's a Harvard scientist that says it could be aliens.
Yeah, should be here in November, apparently.
I think let's see. I thought I read that October 29th, it's supposed to pass by the sun. So is that passing us or, we rotate around the sun. I don't know if it passes us or if it's passing the sun and going, like if the way we rotate around, is it going to meet us after that? I don't know. But, yeah, that's what I read. And it's supposed to be aliens, right? So I'm gonna look into that because maybe it is aliens, or maybe it's just a fucking comet and a
Either way,
distraction.
I still have to get up and go to work, and I don't have to do that.
So you're saying these are friendly aliens that are kind of come down and be like, "Yo, don't worry about the Epstein files," or they're the distraction. You're saying the elites are paying aliens too to cause distractions?
If it went that deep, I think I would just shoot myself at that point. I'd be like, I don't know what's real anymore, and I'd just kill myself.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they're paying them off. They're paying the come by, just freaking get the heat off the Epstein files. Fly by, do a flyby in your fucking 12 mile line, 12 mile long craft, and wave at us on the way by, and get everyone worried about that instead of the Epstein files. Please, here's some fucking I don't know what does aliens want. They don't want money from us. Here's I don't know, gold, whatever they need,
Frankincense.
uranium, hydrogen. I don't fucking know. Yeah, it, it's almost comical, but who knows what the extent they're willing to go to keep this under wraps and not let those lists out. I get the people that are on the list are sweating bullets. They know who they are.
Yeah, it's like the Diddy list times like 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see what happens with Maxwell. I don't know when. Do you know when her hearing's supposed to be?
No,
She's subpoenaed to do a healing. Didn't they also subpoena Hillary and Bill Clinton for some kind of Epstein shit too?
yeah, they're all fucking intertwined together.
Yeah,
It's just a big
Democrats,
creepy
Republicans.
circle.
Yep. And then somehow they got a hold of Trump, and it's sad because I thought he was stronger than that. I didn't think anyone could hold him down, but I guess when it comes to this, you don't want to die. I mean, it couldn't even not be. It could be his kids. He could be worried about Barron. Who knows what they're doing under the scenes? But it's just disappointing. I was really hoping this would come, and this is one of the few times his administration has disappointed me. For the most part, I think he does a pretty good job. He takes a lot of heat, and then the news kind of twists around what happens and makes him try to look like a piece of shit all the time. And we have liberal friends that fucking hate his guts. But for the most part, I do better. I've done better under Trump than Biden. Did you see that? Just random. Did you see that stupid fucking graph that the Democrats tried to post about grocery prices and then quickly deleted it?
No, I didn't.
So it shows a graph. It goes from 17 when Trump got into office the first time to the beginning of the year 2025, and it shows grocery prices, and it goes grocery prices in 2025 are the highest they were, highest ever, and it shows the graph, and it's under the Trump 4 years, it's just real low, the prices, and then Biden gets in and they spike straight up, and then when Trump gets in, they level off again, and then they deleted it like fucking minutes later. Because it was basically just a self-burn, because it was just showing you that Biden sucked ass.
Fucking he's geriatric. What do you expect? I'm sorry, but when you have a president that can't form complete sentences, I start to worry a little.
Yeah. At least Trump, yeah, Trump can... Now, everyone bitches about Trump. Oh, he sounds like a dumbass. He sounds like an asshole. Well, he doesn't use a teleprompter like these other people do. You know what I mean? Like, Obama always had a teleprompter and a speech writer to tell him what to say. Trump just goes out there and fucking says whatever he wants. He doesn't need all these eloquent words and all this to try to make his point across. He just says it like it is. Like when Iran and Israel were kind of going against that ceasefire he had. He goes right up to the reporter, right? They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and walks away.
That was great. I love that.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's not going to be like some fucking 15 paragraph long fucking elegant speech about how they suck. He just says it what it is, right?
Yeah, being fucking dumb. I don't know. It's great.
And then they always, you can't trust him. He went bankrupt so many times. He personally wasn't bankrupt. Companies he started went bankrupt because he started a wine company. It went bankrupt. Oh, well, he tried to do something, right? Everyone always talked about, there's no success without failure. Meanwhile, whenever Trump fails on one thing, they make it his whole livelihood. But I don't care. Even if he took $1 million, he had a loan of $1 million, which one of my friends used to make fun of all the time. He turned it into billions. I guarantee you 99% of the people, if they got a loan for $1 million, would not be able to turn it into billions.
No.
So he was successful. I don't want to hear about it. That's why I trust him with the economy. I don't trust him with this, though. I don't trust him with this transparency with the files. Kind of chat my ass. Where are the 9/11 files? I haven't seen them. Where are the RFK files? Where are the MLK files? I haven't seen them yet. I'm hoping these come out and actually come out, because the Epstein one was a letdown. JFK files were mid. There wasn't much there. I mean, hundreds of pages of bullshit. So
we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But I can guarantee it, folks, we're not going to see these files ever. Something's going to happen. They're going to be lost, or just, again, said it's a hoax. It's never going to come out.
Well, I honestly believe if you release 9/11 files, true JFK files, RFK files, MLK files, and these Epstein files, it'll basically shut down the CIA.
Yeah.
Because there's involvement from the CIA in every single one. And we are not going to commit suicide. You're not going to commit suicide, Josh, right? Yeah. If anyone hears this, that's wrong. We're saying too much, right?
Yeah. No, I have no intention of killing myself. If I do end up dying from suicide, it was absolutely somebody else.
A rifle shot to the back. Or like that one, the guy tried to hang. I like this one I saw. Man, who the fuck was it? One of my coworkers was talking about it. The guy tried to apparently hang himself. It's supposed to be a suicide, quote unquote. He tried to hang himself. He didn't succeed in breaking his neck when he hung himself. So somehow, while hanging, he got a shotgun and shot himself in the chest to finish himself off. And it was ruled a suicide. So
it's impressive.
It's impressive the lengths these people go to kill themselves. You know what I mean? When they have information on someone that's powerful, that has some wrongdoing going on.
Yeah, I know if I ever get fed up and I'm going to, take the easy way out, I'm going to stab myself in the back 47 times.
Like that woman, her husband fell down the 2 steps into the garage and stabbed himself like 47 times on the way down. And they're like, wait.
How big was that staircase?
My husband fell down the stairs and stabbed himself. They're like, oh shit, let's get there. And they're like, wait.
Is there multiple stab wounds and it's only 2 steps? Idiot.
Exactly. Oh my god. Well, this is all alleged. I just want to get into that.
It's all alleged.
This is my opinions, our guesses for entertainment purposes, if you will. Just trying to make you guys think outside the box. And as always, we've mentioned this in other episodes, don't just take our word for whatever we're saying. Do your own research, look it up, convince yourself too that what we're saying could be possible. I don't want to just I don't like getting spoon-fed any information and told it's real. I always got to double check, triple check.
Yes.
So
form your own
like
opinions.
News. Exactly. But yeah, if you enjoy this, I mean, this is more of a controversial topic, but if you enjoy this, please just rate us on Spotify, leave a comment, tell us if you think we're right, we're assholes, whatever you want to say. Follow us on X, Instagram. We're going to start that Facebook and TikTok. You can follow us on here if you haven't already on Spotify, or subscribe to us on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcasts if you're there, Amazon, whatever you prefer. We're trying to make it easy for you guys to hear us.
And as always, be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
Yes. Never not drink Ovaltine. I'm going to get a glass now.
Actually, you know what? I have milk. I may get myself a glass too.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next time. We're going to go enjoy a cold glass of Ovaltine. Just 2 Ovaltine-loving Jersey boys. And we'll see you probably the end of the week.
Bye, everyone.